Welcome to the iRogya Wellness Podcast, your quick guide to a healthier life. In each episode, we'll explore practical tips and insights to help you on your journey to optimal health and well-being. Let's dive in.
Welcome back, everyone, to The Deep Dive. Today, we're really going deep on Slenderiiz Power Boost.
Slenderiiz?
Yes, Slenderiiz Power Boost. It's a vegan protein powder that's supposed to boost energy and endurance. And we've got a whole stack of research and articles about it. We're going to try to pull out the most important stuff for you.
Yeah, I think what's really interesting about this one is this whole idea of getting sustained energy without the caffeine,
Yeah.
A lot of these energy products out there, they give you that quick boost from caffeine.
Right.
And then you end up crashing. So I was going to look into how Slenderiiz Power Boost aims to deliver that sustained energy without those jitters.
Yeah, and without the crash.
Yeah.
So first things first, what exactly is Slenderiiz Power Boost?
Right.
It's marketed as a dietary supplement, right? It's supposed to increase your energy and endurance.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, they're targeting it towards people who are dealing with fatigue, maybe from lack of sleep, or a not-so-great diet, or even just stress.
And that's a huge market, right? So many people are struggling with fatigue these days. So that focus on sustained energy, like we were saying, without that caffeine roller coaster, that's a big selling point.
Right.
And that's where their ingredient list gets really interesting. They've included BCAAs, which are those branched chain amino acids.
Well, yeah.
Leucine, isoleucine, and valine.
Right.
Those are essential, meaning your body can't make them.
Got it.
And they're known for muscle growth and repair.
And I was reading that BCAAs can actually be used as fuel by your muscles while you're working out.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's not just building muscle. It's like giving your muscles energy right when they need it.
Yeah, they're versatile, those BCAAs.
Yeah.
And some research even suggests that BCAAs might help with weight management, which ties into some of the marketing we've seen around Slenderiiz Power Boost.
Interesting. So it's like a multi-pronged approach with these BCAAs.
Definitely.
Now, they've also included L-glutamine in this, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
Because I know that's important for muscle recovery after a workout, when you've been pushing it hard.
Right.
Helps reduce that post-exercise fatigue.
Absolutely. L-glutamine is crucial for replenishing your body's energy stores after they've been depleted by intense activity. So if they're aiming for that lasting energy effect, it makes sense to include it.
Yeah, it's like refueling your muscles after a hard workout.
Exactly. Now, another interesting ingredient they've got in here is MCTs.
MCTs?
Medium-chain triglycerides. They come from coconut oil.
Oh, okay. Coconut oil. Got it.
Yeah, and MCTs are metabolized differently than other types of fats.
Really?
Yeah, they're absorbed more quickly and can be used as a rapid energy source by your liver. It's like giving your body an instant boost of fuel.
Oh, wow. So it's like a fast-acting energy source.
Exactly.
Interesting. Okay, so we've got ingredients that help with muscle building and repair. We've got the quick energy from MCTs and something to help reduce fatigue. But of course, what's an energy-boosting formula without a little bit of cocoa powder, right?
Right. Everyone loves a little chocolatey flavor.
Exactly.
But beyond the taste, cocoa's actually a great source of antioxidants.
Oh, yeah, it's good for you, too.
And what's really interesting is that cocoa contains these compounds that may improve blood flow to the brain.
So maybe that's where those claims about improved mental focus and stamina come from.
It's possible. There's definitely some research to support that idea.
I always feel a bit sharper after a cup of hot cocoa.
Right. There's something about it.
Yeah.
And then to round out the ingredient list, they've got agave powder for sweetness, coconut milk powder, sunflower lecithin, guar gum, and stevia.
Okay, so it sounds like a pretty well thought out formula.
Mm-hmm.
Each ingredient has its own specific role to play.
Right.
But how do all these pieces fit together to actually create that sustained energy effect they're talking about?
That's the million-dollar question.
Right.
To answer that, we need to get into the science of how our bodies produce energy in the first place.
Okay, let's do it. Break it down for us.
Well, it all starts at the cellular level with these tiny structures called mitochondria.
Mitochondria.
Yeah, they're often called the powerhouses of the cell because they're responsible for converting the food we eat into ATP.
ATP, that's the energy currency of our bodies, right?
Exactly.
So what influences how much ATP we produce?
Okay, so it's a little more complicated than just eat more, get more energy.
Right.
While the number of calories you consume is important, the types of calories matter.
Okay.
The timing of your meals matters.
Got it.
Your overall activity level, all of these things play a role.
So it's not just about one magic ingredient. It's about creating a healthy lifestyle
Exactly.
that supports sustained energy levels.
Absolutely.
So, while Slenderiiz Power Boost might offer a temporary boost, it needs to be part of a bigger picture.
Right. It's not a magic bullet. It's a tool to be used alongside other healthy habits.
And that's a great point to keep in mind as we continue to dive deeper into the claims and potential benefits of Slenderiiz Power Boost.
Absolutely. There's so much more to explore. So we've been talking about all these individual ingredients in Slenderiiz Power Boost and how they might boost energy. But to really get how it works, we have to understand the bigger picture, how our bodies actually make energy.
Right, like how does it actually convert the food we eat into energy?
Exactly. And it's not just one process. There are different pathways depending on what kind of fuel you're using and how intense the activity is. Like when you're doing short, high-intensity exercise, your body uses what's called anaerobic metabolism.
Anaerobic, so without oxygen.
Right, like for quick sprints or when you're lifting heavy weights.
Oh, okay, so that's how we power through those short bursts of energy.
Exactly. But for longer activities, like, say, running a marathon or cycling a long distance, your body switches to aerobic metabolism, which is more efficient, and uses oxygen to break down fuel sources like carbs and fats.
Makes sense. So different types of activities, different energy systems.
Yep, and Slenderiiz Power Boost seems to be aiming to support both of those systems.
Right, by providing the right nutrients for both anaerobic and aerobic energy production. Okay, so we've touched on some of the potential benefits, but let's really dig into those claims. They say it increases energy levels, enhances athletic performance, and even helps with weight loss. Let's start with the energy boost. What's the evidence for that?
Well, a lot of the individual ingredients have been studied for their energy-boosting properties.
Okay, so they've got some research backing them up.
Yeah, like MCTs, for example. Studies show that they can be quickly metabolized by the liver, giving you that quick energy boost when you're feeling sluggish or before a workout.
Oh, that makes sense. So the MCTs give you that immediate boost.
Right. And then you've got the BCAAs, which, as we said, can be used as fuel by your muscles during exercise.
So that would help with energy levels during those tough workouts, right?
Exactly. And less fatigue.
And what about the L-glutamine? We talked about how that's important for muscle recovery.
Right. L-glutamine helps replenish your energy stores after exercise, so it can help you avoid that post-workout crash and keep your energy levels more stable throughout the day.
Okay, so it's like a multi-stage approach to energy. You get the immediate boost, the energy during exercise, and then the recovery afterwards.
Yeah, that seems to be the idea.
Now, what about that claim of enhanced athletic performance? Any research on that?
Well, there haven't been specific studies on Slenderiiz Power Boost as a whole, but we do know that some of the ingredients, like BCAAs, have been shown to improve endurance and reduce muscle damage during exercise.
So it could potentially lead to better athletic performance, especially for endurance athletes.
Yeah, it's definitely plausible that the combination of ingredients could have that synergistic effect.
And that's where things get really interesting.
Absolutely.
It's not just about one ingredient, it's about how they all work together.
Exactly. Now, regarding weight loss, we mentioned that BCAAs might play a role there.
Oh yeah, how does that work?
Well, some studies show that BCAAs, especially leucine, can stimulate muscle protein synthesis.
Okay, so that's basically building muscle.
Right, and by promoting muscle growth, even when you're resting, you could potentially increase your metabolism and burn more calories.
So it's like a long-term effect on your body composition.
Yeah. But it's important to remember that Slenderiiz Power Boost hasn't been specifically studied for weight loss, so those claims are based on the potential of the individual ingredients.
Right. We always have to be cautious about making claims that aren't directly supported by research.
Absolutely. And as we've been saying, this supplement should be part of a holistic approach to health and wellness. It's not a substitute for a healthy diet, regular exercise, and enough sleep.
Right. Those are the foundations of a healthy lifestyle.
Exactly. Slenderiiz Power Boost might offer some support in that journey, but it's not a magic solution.
Okay, so we've looked at the potential benefits, how the ingredients work together, and the importance of a holistic approach. Now, from your perspective, what do you find most compelling about this supplement?
Well, to me, the most interesting thing is that focus on sustained energy without using caffeine.
Oh yeah, we talked about that earlier.
So many energy supplements rely on caffeine, which can lead to those jitters and crashes we talked about.
Right, not a fun feeling.
No, not at all. But Slenderiiz Power Boost is trying to do something different. They're using natural ingredients that support various metabolic pathways to create a more balanced and sustained release of energy.
So it's about giving your body the nutrients it needs to produce energy naturally, rather than relying on a stimulant.
Exactly. And I think that aligns perfectly with what we've been discussing about the importance of a holistic approach.
Right. It's about supporting your body's natural processes.
Exactly. Now, as we move towards the end of our deep dive, I'd like to pose a question to our listeners. Knowing what you now know about Slenderiiz Power Boost and the science behind energy production, what are your thoughts on using a supplement like this in your own health and wellness routine?
So we've really dug deep into Slenderiiz Power Boost today.
Yeah, we've talked about the science behind it, those unique ingredients.
How it all works together to, help you with energy and endurance.
And of course, we talked about how important it is to have a holistic approach to well-being. It's not just about taking a supplement.
Right, exactly. But even beyond the specific claims about this product, what I'm hoping is that our listeners now have a better understanding of how their bodies create energy. What are all the factors involved?
Mm-hmm. It's fascinating, isn't it? All these processes happening behind the scenes.
It really is. It's so much more than just those calories in and calories out. It's the quality of the food we eat, when we eat,
Right.
how much we're exercising, how intensely, and even how well we're sleeping.
It all plays a role.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so important to focus on building a lifestyle that supports sustained energy levels.
Right.
Not just quick fixes or temporary energy boosts.
Absolutely. And that's where something like Slenderiiz Power Boost might come in.
Right.
It's a tool, right? Not the whole solution, but maybe a part of a bigger strategy for improving our overall health and well-being.
Exactly. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with something to think about. We've explored the science, the ingredients, the potential benefits, but the most important question is, what resonates with you?
Yeah, what really stands out?
What piqued your interest? What steps can you take to, optimize your own energy levels? Is it changing your diet? Is it tweaking your workouts? Or maybe, exploring a supplement like this one?
It's all about those personal choices, what works best for you.
Exactly. And knowledge is power, right? The more we understand about how our bodies work, the better choices we can make for our health.
Absolutely. So keep learning, keep asking questions. That's the key. Your journey towards more energy and better health, it really starts with you.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive into Slenderiiz Power Boost. It's been a fascinating conversation.
It really has.
We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive for another insightful exploration.
Thanks for tuning in to the iRogaia Wellness Podcast. Remember, small steps lead to big changes. If you're curious about the products we mentioned today, you can find them all at irogaia.com. That's AIROGYA.com. And hey, use the code iRogaia15 at checkout for a 15% off discount. Please note that the code is not applicable for Europe, some parts of the Middle East, and South Africa. Until next time, keep taking those steps towards a healthier you.